Okay, here we go. The Planet Mikey Show.
He's about to get crazy and wild. Stay for a while. Don't touch your radio dial.
Mikey Show.
Kicking it back, sports talk. Listen to that and stay tuned for some giggles and laughs. Go.
Hey, Mikey, I hope you had a good St. Patrick's Day. I really enjoyed the last episode with the Irish, as I am Irish. And thank you for the little segment at the beginning about boners, because I actually have erectile dysfunction, and this podcast actually helps me get a boner.
Oh boy, Mikey, all this talk about boners is giving me hot flashes. Oh.
Welcome to the Planet Mikey Show.
Welcome to yet another episode of Boner Talk.
I don't know what you said to trigger those people on SpeakPipe who can, you can leave your comment too at speakpipe.com/Planet Mikey Podcast. And,
you know what? I'm guaranteeing you this. If we started a podcast called Boner Talk, we'd get a lot of really weird listeners, you know? And every single episode, I'd have to come in here like I do on Valentine's Day with a heart on.
That's right, you do.
So it's Bill Smith, Bill Smith, and Ben Kitchen.
Hi, everybody.
And I'm Mike Adams.
Oh.
So there's a podcast that we can listen to on SoundCloud
Boner
called
Talk?
Boner Talk.
I don't want to listen to it. You know, come on. We do this podcast. It's the only one I listen to. You know why? Because I don't want anybody else to skew my thinking about what a podcast is supposed to be. If I listen to somebody else, I might try to copy something they do, or think to myself, this podcast sucks. I hope mine doesn't.
Somehow you've triggered one of our listeners into thinking about boners.
Yeah, well, more than one. More than one.
That's how he cured his erectile dysfunction?
It could be.
Well, you know what? This podcast here is special because we're brought to you by Pro Automotive of Webster and Dudley, Massachusetts, working hard every day to earn your business.
Yeah, and they give your car a boner.
And do they... What would a car with a boner look like?
Pro Automotive.
It's like dropping a drive shaft. Anyway, they're really, really good folks. They're honest. They're very professional. They're all certified mechanics, and there's 3 locations for you. And one of them is... You want to know what one of them is?
What is one of them, Mike?
Well, I would tell you... You know what? I'll give you a break. I'm going to tell you what all of them are.
Okay, go ahead.
There's one in Dudley. Hold on. I just got to find...
You looking at the map?
No, I got the...
Looking at the map there?
It's over here. But I want to get the exact precise address. Okay. Because I don't want to send people to the wrong place. You know, GPS is how you get there.
Mike Adams is now checking his list.
626 South Main Street, Webster, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I think that's the main office.
Okay.
8 Englewood Street, Webster, Massachusetts, and 199 Oxford Avenue, Dudley. See, they need 3 locations because they're why are they so busy? They're not busy enough to take your vehicle.
They have your fleet of cars they got to deal with.
I got 3 cars, but we're all set. They have 3 locations because they're popular and they're known and they have a reputation for being...
Yeah, and the reason is because they're good at what they do.
Very good. And it's all thanks to the owner, Jason Russo, who's, as you know, a good guy and he's our go-to guy for anything. So whatever ails your vehicle, Pro Automotive has the cure. Did I sound like Truman Capote when I said that?
Pretty good, yeah.
Okay, so now this is important.
Who else is the show?
Oh well, yeah, that's what I was going to get to that. Ben, with your silly hat. Look at his hat.
I know.
And we're on
Cold.
YouTube, so people who don't watch us on YouTube, look at the fucking stupid hat Ben's wearing.
nice. It's a nice
He looks
hat.
like a dink.
Keeps my head warm.
He's got the dumb hat. I got the 2 pairs of glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
He's just got dumb face.
Oh, well, I'm wearing an extra large condom, but you can't see it on this podcast.
So that explains the boner.
What are we, 12 years old here? Honest to God.
I think so.
I'm your host, Michael K. Adams. The K stands for Kevin. My favorite band? Go ahead, ask me.
What's your favorite
The
band,
Village
Mike?
People.
Which one of the Village People's your favorite? Come on now.
The Cop.
Yeah. He's always the favorite.
You know,
Construction worker gets no love.
I actually had to play that. I worked briefly at a station that changed from kind of soft rock to, if you can believe it, 1979. Disco 95. It was WMAS FM, but the owner, who was named Bob Lappin, he thought disco was the coolest thing, and he wanted to change the station he just bought to a disco station. Oh. So we played disco. I was like, I want to kill myself.
Oh, did they make any money?
No, they quickly changed the format again back to adult contemporary.
Would they get death threats?
I tried to tell them, you want to get listeners, go oldies.
What's your favorite disco song?
Push in the Bush by Musique.
That's the one?
Yeah, well, it's also my favorite hobby. No, I'm kidding. We're also brought to you by my grandma's coffee cake. I'm going to get those sponsors done now.
Okay, go ahead. Hold on. Let me give you a little thing here.
My grandma's coffee cake, the greatest coffee cake on earth. Now, did you hear the greatest show on earth is coming back as a thing? But guess what? I just heard this on WBZ when I was driving to the podcast. WBZ Boston. I heard this. The greatest show on earth. And Ben Parker says, but it's going to be different. No animals.
Yeah.
They have no lions, no elephants.
Yeah.
I mean, give me no monkeys.
Yeah.
Give me a break. So what they're going to have is guys being shot out of cannons, and
Nice.
they have people from 107 different countries, and their costumes are going to represent the diversity of the countries they come from. Shut the fuck! Give me a fucking lion coming out of a cage, and at least the possibility he's going to bite your head off. Something.
You know what I did in 1986? They came to town, and I got to ride on the elephant that led the parade.
Did you?
I sat right up there. Did you ever ride in an
Yes,
elephant?
I've ridden several times.
They stink.
Seriously.
They
What?
stink.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, it's
Well,
stunk.
I went to the Carver. What's that thing in Carver? The medieval. What is it called?
A medieval manor.
No, King Richard's Fair.
King
King
Richard's
Richard's Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, two different places.
That's the one.
No, the one in Provincetown is King Richard's Ferry. That takes you across the ocean
That's right.
to Boston.
Dumb.
No, I'm serious.
Okay.
So King Richard's Fair, I went down there and with a camera crew, and I dressed up and did jousting, which is ridiculous. I rode an elephant all around. The guy was leading the elephant around. I was like, this is unbelievable. Can I take him around? Yep. So then I also interviewed the MGM Lion. They had a guest appearance by the MGM Lion. So I pulled out the microphone. I sat on this picnic table. He was chained a distance where he couldn't reach me. Just
So you were like a coward? You
close
didn't want
enough.
to get
Well,
close to
they
the
wanted
lion?
to make sure I didn't get
Well.
killed. So
Put your
you know what happened?
head inside the lion's mouth.
He roared when I wasn't looking, and it was so loud it scared the shit out of me.
How much shit came out?
A lot.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to tell you guys this too, because this is the news of the week.
Okay, go ahead.
Who's the other sponsor?
Oh, FanDuel. Did I say anything about that?
Oh, FanDuel.
More about them later because
Massachusetts.
Yep.
Wait, you gonna play the commercial?
No.
All right. Well, we got to play the commercial in a little while.
I like when you say,
Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
that's right.
So, I was suspended from Twitter for saying something nasty about something. Remember, I told you about it a couple of weeks ago.
You tried to incite violence. Yeah.
You took the bait and started arguing with someone?
Well, listen to this.
Oh, man.
So there's this guy, and I know that somehow, Kirk Minahan's behind this.
Yeah.
Some Kirk follower, they're like out of their mind, and he says shit about me on his podcast or whatever, and then they get on Twitter and harass me. So this guy's harassing me like you wouldn't believe. It's like, fuck you. You're an asshole. You got fired because you have no talent and you suck and you're a racist and all this fucking shit.
Yeah.
Throwing it down. And he was like, and he did like 10 tweets. So what did I do? I reported him. Yeah, I did. For hateful conduct. And, so they suspended him.
Well, there you go.
I thought that really works. Because he had a whole bunch of tweets. He was harassing me, basically.
Maybe he could go to speakpipe.com/Planet Mikey Podcast.
That's
and
right. I'd
leave a comment.
Love to hear from him. His name is Gambling Shark. That's his name. Gambling Shark 24 or whatever he is, and he's an asshole, but he was definitely set. It was a setup. He was sent at me by, I know all these people. When you look at their profiles with people that harass me, they all say they all are followers of, Kirk the Jerk. So, anyway.
Well, don't take the bait next
No,
time.
I know, but the guy was all over me. My whole timeline was littered with his killing me, and being really gross about it. So, fuck him. So, enough about that. But the SpeakPipe thing. How do they go to SpeakPipe and leave comments?
SpeakPipe, they go to This is free, by the way, absolutely free. No, nothing. Speakpipe.com/Planet Mikey Podcast.
Oh, it's easy.
It's that simple.
That's easy.
Yep.
So I was perusing my, Yahoo page or whatever. It's one of the mail accounts I have is a Yahoo account.
Yes.
And, Yahoo's traditionally really, really notorious for putting attention-grabbing little headlines that are stupid, but you look at them and you go, ugh. But they're always talking about women.
Like clickbait.
Clickbait, exactly right. So I just grabbed 4 of them off today's Yahoo.
Really?
Just to show you how awful they are.
Here, go ahead.
Oh, I got a good one, though. They sometimes have good ones.
Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Mike Adams.
Rita Ora rocked a killer bikini in Dubai, and her chiseled abs are pure fire.
Wow.
All right.
Okay,
Wow.
so you say, okay, great. Why did she do that? So people would look at her. Olivia Wilde's itty bitty black string bikini has us longing for the beach. Douchebags. Here's one. Heidi Klum poses braless in sheer top just months before her 50th birthday.
Why, did you click on that one?
No, I don't click. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, Heidi Klum, she's done.
Well,
She was great. I know. Elle McPherson was beautiful, but they're all done.
you know what's really pretty is Martina Navratilova's wife. Her name is Julia. I've forgotten her last name.
I was going to say I banged her, but
She's
I
beautiful.
Clearly didn't. She's married to Martinez. At 76 years old, Susan Lucci shut down the red carpet in a corset dress with sheer skirt.
Wow.
I looked at that one because I was curious. What? 76?
Susan Lucci.
Would
She's
you?
No, let me tell you something. She looks like shit.
Oh.
She's got like chicken skin, on her arms and legs and her feet. It was a full body shot. Her feet look like 85-year-old ladies' feet.
Do you have like a 4K TV? Is that what's going on? Because you see all the detail with the 4K.
No, I just looked at the screen of my. But 76 years old. What are you doing? What are you splashing that on there for?
Yeah.
The best looking 76-year-old I know is Bill Smith.
Why, thank you, Mike.
I mean, he doesn't.
Would you?
Sure he would.
I got a little ticklish cough. Going.
Really? What's going on there
I
with
don't
that,
know.
Mike?
I don't know.
Oh.
I may be time to stop at the drugstore and get some Mucinex, Smitty. This segment brought to you by Mucinex. When you've got a cough or a cold and all kinds of phlegm and green goo in your lungs, cough one up for me.
Here's a good Yahoo headline. Mountain lion attacks man from behind while he and his wife relaxed in hot tub.
Well,
So it was
there
a
you
gay
go.
mountain lion.
Well, yeah.
You know, the mountain
What I
lions,
said, attacked him from behind.
mountain lions love the hot tubs.
How do you know?
Well, because they just do. They will come around and hang
He
around
reads
your hot
Mountain
tub in the
Mountain
winter
Lion
time.
Weekly.
Well, because it's warm and it's they like it. Yeah,
Was that an article
I
in
thought
Cat
cats-
Fancy?
I thought cats don't like water. They stay away from water.
they like the heat.
So the hot tub, they'll forgive themselves the water paranoia
Yep.
in favor of the warmth.
Yep, they'll get right down there in the warmth and maybe even jump in.
He doesn't read Mountain Lion Weekly. He's
Told
full
you.
of
It's from Cat Fancy.
He's full of it. Quickly on sports,
Sports?
yeah.
And now here's Mike Adams, your sports reporter.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the segment called Sports in Action. I'm Biff Barnes, biffing them in and barfing them right back. Is that George Carlin? The Celtics have got me freaked out a little bit because, for the first half of the season, we're saying, oh, they're the greatest team. They're unbelievable. Look at them. And lately, they've been making themselves look like idiots and morons, especially late in the game. And I blame the coach. Why? Well, he's got a lot of talent on the team. He's got a deep bench. He's got all kinds of things going for him. He doesn't know how to close out a game with a lead. The Celtics have given up more giant leads this year, and especially late in the game against all kinds of different teams that are bad. And they're making me sick. And the last game was unbelievable. They're down 1 point with how many seconds left?
5.5.
And they have a play, and guess what the play is? Okay, Tatum, you're in the backcourt. Run to the 3-point line and shoot a three. You need one basket, a two. What's wrong with this coach? I think he's stupid.
That's their only play. That's the other. Makes it even worse. That's their lone play that they
I'd like to
have.
see you coach a game. I'd watch that game.
I would win.
Yep, I believe you.
I'd flash him the old go put it in the bucket signal that you give guys when you want them to score. It's like Earl Weaver, when he was manager of the Orioles. He just flashed the hit a 3-run homer signal, and Frank Robinson or Boog Powell or somebody took care of it. And then he'd tell the pitchers, just go out there and get them out. And they won they were a great team. Yeah. But, how much managing do you have to do when you have that much talent? This guy, Joe Mazzola. No, I call him Mazzola because he's a corn oil.
Like the oil?
Mazzola, corn goodness. Remember that with the Indians singing? You don't remember that?
Man.
I know every jingle from every product. Name a product. Any old product. Any product. It doesn't matter if you eat it, you drink it, clean with it. It's a car. It doesn't matter.
Ovaltine.
Oh, rich chocolate Ovaltine. They didn't have a song.
Wonder Bread.
Wonder Bread, yes. You'll love Wonder Bread's new 12-step baking steps because it's better than ever. You see, Wonder Bread... They didn't have a jingle either. Come on.
Mason Adams. Well, I don't have a jingle. It's builds
Mason
strong
Adams.
bodies 8 different ways.
Mason Adams would have said, Wonder Bread is the very best bread.
Build strong bodies 8 ways.
12 ways they went up to.
Eat Wonder Bread.
That's
You
not a
want to
jingle.
go bigger and stronger, don't you?
Anyway, my point is, I know the jingles. I don't just remember all the dialogue from each commercial.
Jesus.
God.
All right.
All right, so now, quickly on the Red Sox, okay? Do any of you guys know any of these players aside from Devers? We've been watching the spring training games, right? Or look at there's all these people. I don't know who any of them are. Do you?
No.
He doesn't either.
No, I mean I know some of them who they are, but don't forget some of these guys are away at the World Baseball Classic. Some of the guys you actually want to see. But Masataka Yoshida, you don't want to see what he's going to do in a Red Sox uniform?
No.
He's been the best player at the World Baseball Classic, just like Daisuke.
Yeah, we'll see if it lasts.
How does that work
in major
out?
leagues? In the big leagues, you get tested every single pitch. You know what I'm saying? But though these guys on the team, they like, in essence, I tuned into a Red Sox radio game, and I didn't hear one name I knew. They're naming off. Okay, come on deck is this guy who? Unbelievable. So
to be fair, you couldn't understand him because Bradford was calling the game.
Yeah, how do you ever get that gig?
Robbie.
He outlasted everybody, I think, huh? Didn't he?
Hey, that's a skill.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll never forgive him for how he... I don't want to get into it.
I like Rob.
Yeah, you like him.
I like Rob.
I liked him too until he backstabbed me.
Oh, jeez.
No, I liked him too. I was always very nice to him.
I like you, Rob. I'm sorry.
Well, ask him what he did. Next time you see him, say, by the way, why does Mikey think you backstabbed him? He'll tell you.
You think he will?
Yeah, I don't think so.
What if I choose his story over yours?
Ooh.
He pussed out on that.
Don't tell him we're starting the Planet Bradford podcast next week.
Now, the gambling thing is amazing because every station you tune into has advertisements for different gambling sources. Now, we have FanDuel, right?
Yes, sir.
I call it FD because we're very familiar with
FanDuel, yeah.
FD. FanDuel, and they're local and they're great, but they're coming at you from every direction, every station. And there must be a giant windfall profit for these radio stations in this gambling business.
I would think so. I've never, ever seen an advertising blitz. It's a FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, and there's one other one that's it's like a local one, I think. But still, I mean, they advertise everywhere all the time.
Right. So there's that other one that's kind of a smaller company, Ed's Betting.
Ed, yeah,
it's run by Ed, and he's got pretty much his wife.
A screen door company too, I think.
Yeah,
on the side.
So Ed goes, "Okay, you're gonna gamble. Okay, let me put the money right over here. Put it right over here. Okay, go ahead. What's your other bet?"
Well, we like Ed.
It's like a bookie. Anyway, but it's a huge amount of money, and it's really, I don't know if it's going to last. If this is going to be a constant thing, you would imagine that it might be.
I mean, we're supposedly booked through the year with them.
But and we've always had betting accounts on occasion on the. But here's the thing, that's because we sometimes talk about sports and betting. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And the guy who loves betting more than anybody, he loves it even almost more than drinking alcohol, is Mutt. Oh, and why doesn't he have a job?
Oh, God.
Mikey.
What's the matter? I'm asking a really good question.
Poor Mutt.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
Boston is really getting into this woke shit now.
Woke, yeah.
It's I mean, as a city,
It makes so much sense to go woke. It's just beautiful.
they have an
How
official.
did you just do a segment on gambling, knowing we have a sponsor, FanDuel, and then just not pay it off and do the ad there?
No
What the
payoff.
hell was that?
What ad?
You do a gambling spot.
You mean
gotta
what
have,
Oh, wait a minute. There's a commercial.
You got to have a payoff.
Well, play it then. Let's listen to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen to the man
Yeah.
say Massachusetts.
Here we go. Massachusetts, listen up. The wait is finally over. Yep, FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, is now live in Massachusetts. And new customers in Massachusetts can get in on the action with $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. All you got to do is sign up at FanDuel.com/Boston. That's FanDuel.com/Boston. And finally, you can get to bet on your favorite sports, from the money line to point spreads to player props and a whole lot more. It's an unbelievably great opportunity for you and from the best folks in the business. So bet now on an app that's completely safe, secure, and super easy to use. And don't miss your chance to get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. Visit FanDuel.com/Boston. Make every moment more on America's #1 sportsbook. Got to be 21 plus and present in Massachusetts. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit is required. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? By the way, hope is here. Gambling helpline, ma.org, or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support.
Want to talk back to Mikey? Give him a piece of your mind? Well, now you can, and it's free. Go to speakpipe.com/Planet Mikey Podcast and let it rip. And please, make it interesting, and your comments might just end up on the podcast. Go to speakpipe.com/Planet Mikey Podcast and leave your message for Mikey or Ben or even Bill. It's fast, easy, and free. Did I mention free? That's speakpipe.com/Planet Mikey Podcast.
And now back to the Planet Mikey show.
Void where prohibited. Member FDIC. How's your bank? Is your bank a member of FDIC?
My bank is
Yes, it
Middlesex
is.
Savings Bank. They're the best in the world.
I had $4 million in Credit Suisse. It's gone.
Damn.
I called the guy. I said, "How's my money?" It's gone.
And just like that.
But thanks for calling. So I did start a new account. I'm not going to mention the bank. It's a bank I do business with. I started a new account. I was
Is that Rogers Bank?
Dennis's Bank of Cram. So I put, I don't know, $4,000 in there.
Yeah.
Because I'm
$4,000. Wow.
well, I'm pretty much an independently. I'm a independently wealthy, charitable. What's a person who donates a lot to charity? What's that called?
Philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
and it always confuses me because it begins with PH. You know.
You think it's pronounced full-on rapist?
Well, that was one of the best Saturday Night Live bits ever.
Yeah.
I'll go with the rapist for $500, Alex. It's therapist. So, the bank. Yeah. So I get a phone call. I put in the $4,000, and then I did it at night on my online. Mm-hmm. Next morning, my phone rings, and I'm on the treadmill. So I wait. I look at it afterwards. The message is there. Hi, I'm calling from blankety blank bank. Could you please give us a call? I'm thinking, there's a problem.
Yeah, Joe Biden probably flagged
You
it.
took your money out of Silicon Valley and you put it on New First Republic. You idiot.
So I call back, and I call the number that she left.
Yeah.
I'm on hold 15 minutes. Well, we're experiencing an unusually high volume of calls. I'm thinking, oh, Christ. So I
Wait a
wait.
minute, you called me.
You called me, right? Yeah. So I wait. And the girl's name was Stephanie. So I was going to ask for her and say, what's up? So I wait and wait and wait and wait. And then it says, okay, you're third in line. Finally, they pick up. I say, yeah, I got a call from this lady, Stephanie, and she indicated that I should call back. Okay, well, let me see what you want to know. So now I'm on hold for 3 more minutes while she goes and finds Stephanie and goes, why did you call this guy? Oh, she gets back on. She goes, we were just calling to thank you for starting your new account. I said, I waited 18 minutes to call you back so that you could thank me for starting an account. Couldn't send me a freaking email?
Ben, you see the anger is returning.
It's not anger. It's
so
like
bad.
It's annoyance.
He always denies that it's anger. It's always
it's
something
not.
else. He's
It's
being-
not. I'll
being
goddamn tell you when it's goddamn anger.
You telling me Mikey's full of shit?
aggressive. Something's going on there.
Anyway, I thought that was kind of, this is the world we live in now. You got automation. You put you on hold. What to say? Thank you. She could have just said it in the voicemail. I was just calling to thank you for the. Okay, great. Okay, now I don't have to call you back and wait 15 minutes of my life.
Now, Stephanie's probably listening to this podcast right now thinking,
I didn't mention the name of the bank.
what an asshole.
I didn't mention the name of the bank, did I?
All right.
I think Steve Martin does a bit on that. He goes, all banks are always, Metropolitan Unity. They always have long titles for the names of the banks. It's never Fred's Bank. Now, so did I cover the Red Sox and the Celtics?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, and the gambling.
Why not?
Yeah.
And I just want to say this about the Bruins. The Bruins understand this, and this is what every hockey fan should understand. There's three things that are important in hockey. Only three. Okay. It's a very simple game. What are they, Ben?
Don't know. I'm curious as to what you say.
First of all, you got to dig and you got to muck in the corners.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, all right.
Is that two or was that one?
Digging and mucking, they go hand in hand over there.
All right.
Second one is you got to get out there and give 110% on the ice every time you're out there. That's two.
Sure.
And third, most important,
put the puck in the net.
You got to put the puck in the net because no one's ever won a single hockey game in the history of hockey without putting at least one puck in one net.
Puck or pucks?
You know what I'm saying?
I know you're a proponent of the two-puck theory.
Two-puck Shakur.
That's what
I call it.
You said you make the game more exciting. Two pucks.
That is a valid thought, and everyone ridicules me on it.
Would one be like one color and the other be the other color, and one would get you more points?
Well, you know what you could do with the two-puck system is you could have one. Yes, you could have a red one and a blue one. And the blue one's worth 3, and make them with different values. Mm-hmm. Better yet, have 3 pucks. Because then it's a wild show out there with everybody shooting and scoring and high sticking and bumping and grinding.
But the goalie would love
losing
that.
Their teeth. Now there's New Boston. The city council is busy right now.
Yes,
I don't know if you heard. They're trying to ban a couple of things, and I think it's important that we cover them.
Oh, yeah.
2 things they're trying to ban. One of them is nips. Now, not nipples.
You mean nips, the little the alcohol nips?
You better stop doing that. You're going to get a paper cut.
Dude, you're covering up 2 cameras now.
You're going to get a paper cut.
Mike, stop it. Just stop it now.
I don't know if you know this, but it is a town in Indiana where they banned nips completely. It's the Indianapolis. Indiana. So now here's the thing. I know it's a long way to go for that, wasn't it?
That was.
How dare you?
Seriously though, they're banning nips, not the nipples on your chest, the nips that you get at the package store where they have like a little bit of alcohol in them.
Those are fun.
Yeah, well, especially on airplanes, those are the only ones you can sneak in there.
Right.
You can't because they're not recyclable, and they're finding them all over, especially in Mass and Cass. So they're finding these things on there, and so Boston's trying to say, "Well, we're going to ban the sale of nips."
Oh, that's great! Isn't
That's
it?
just
Great.
Jeez,
Make the drunks even drunker.
Everything costs money too in Boston. I don't know if you noticed, but in fact, I got a really good tweet from somebody regarding the fact that it's going to cost Mara Healy and Massachusetts $28 million to implement the new, if you're an illegal alien, you can get a driver's license program. So $28 million of taxpayer money is going to go to afford the opportunity for people who probably shouldn't be here, anyway, and or be working, and they're going to get their licenses. And you know what that does to Lyft and Uber drivers? It puts them out of business, a lot of them. But the point I'm making here is that $28 million it's going to cost to get this program implemented so that illegal aliens can have another privilege that they really shouldn't have.
Yeah, so they can vote Democrat. That's what it's all about. It's the whole thing.
So the other ban in Boston is not just the nips.
There's another ban?
Yeah, and this one's you're going to love this one.
Banned
Am I blocking
in
your
Boston.
camera?
Yeah, you dick.
Yeah, you dick.
That's right.
The other ban is guinea pigs.
Huh?
What?
I
What?
know. I know. They're pets.
I had a guinea pig once.
Did you?
Yes.
What was his name? Lorenzo?
I've forgotten the name, but at night when it was hungry, it went wee, wee, wee. It wouldn't stop.
All the way
Did
home?
you eat it?
No, I'd feed it.
Did he go wee, wee, wee all the way home?
Don't they eat them in like Argentina and Peru and shit like
I
that?
don't know, but they're rodents.
I guess the problem with guinea pigs is that they sometimes aren't properly sexed when they're given out as pets, and so you have 2 guinea pigs and you end up with 12 very soon. The same applies with rabbits. Rabbits kind of can't stop. I have a rabbit.
Yep.
Gunther.
I've seen Gunther.
Flop-eared, and he's by himself, so there won't be any more rabbits, but
you hope.
They say the guinea pigs are, they're ending up in shelters and stuff like that. What? A guinea pig shelter? Have you ever heard of that?
No. Well, dogs are ending up in shelters at record paces because all those fucking pieces of shit that decided to adopt a dog during the pandemic, and then they go back to work and they're like, I can't take care of the dog
and
now,
we're not
but I
near
have
a
to
farm
go
to
to
dump
work.
them off. We can't just throw them on a farm because we live in a city. People are stupid. People are stupid with dogs.
They're assholes.
Yeah, well, that too. But so that's the 2 new bands in the city of Boston.
Banned in Boston. And
I don't know. I really don't care for this. The way the mayor of Boston thinks. Along the lines of progressivism in a city like Boston, where traditionalism has been the reason it's been so great for so many years, to suddenly just change things because, and let me ask you guys this.
What is it, Mike?
When did gender become like one of the top 3 topics in American problems?
Bingo.
When did...
It's the last of the division areas. They did the male, female, the rich, poor, the whatever.
But it's just a distraction.
And now it's
so you're not focused on the real problem.
That's correct. That if you don't call me by my correct, you see kids on TikTok, which I find to be hilarious.
The pronoun stuff.
They're crying about. Well, I went there and he wouldn't address me by my.
He wouldn't call me them.
Yeah, Jesus. So then they get militant about it, and they want to have you arrested. Holy crap. You don't deserve a pronoun. You're either a he or a she, period.
Here's the thing. You can want to be a guy when you're a woman. You can want to be a woman if you're a guy. You can dress up any way you want. Mm-hmm. And no one's going to say anything about how you dress.
Nope.
But when you start infringing on other people's freedom to be normal and to exist in a society where there's not a fight over how many bathrooms do you have? Do you have 3? And I remember people hate Trump, but sometimes he makes common sense. They had that big fight over, a girl's bathroom and a boy's bathroom, but there's nobody for someone there's no bathroom for so now you need 3. Okay. They asked Trump, this is back when he was, I think, running for president, and he said, I would just leave it the way it is. Because why change something just for the sake of...
It's the way it's worked for thousands and thousands of years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Adam and Eve, Adam went behind this tree and Eve went behind this tree. And it's like, okay. But right now, gender is this thing where it's getting itself into every single topic. It's not just the cabinet of the President of the United States that has people who are gender fluid. See how proper I'm using the right terms here?
That was very good, Mike. That was nice.
It's everything now. And it's like, okay.
Well, then if you don't accept it, you're a bad person and you're behind the times. You must be a conservative.
But here's the thing.
That's the weird hypocrisy of this whole thing is you have to accept me for who I am. But it's like, but we're not going to accept you for who you are.
Right. Bingo.
You have to accept me for wanting to be something different than what I appear to be, but you can't be it.
How about accepting the science and the fact of you have a dick, you're a guy. You have a vagina, you're a girl. Now, you can pretend and go on and you can even change it. You can remove your genitalia and technically become, but you know what? You're never going to be able to do the other things, like have a period or have a baby or any of that stuff. It's just a dumb thing.
Again, TikTok. There's a guy I saw him just insisting that he was having a bad day in PMS because his period's coming again. Yeah, period's coming again. I thought, hold on. So where does he put the tampon?
It's like the South Park episode with what's his name, the teacher. No. He did a transformation. Anyway, I mean, that's not to be
drugs are bad. That guy.
Yeah, it's not to besmirch anybody's inner desires or psychological needs to be happy. Mm-hmm. You can go and be happy all you want to, but when you start to make other people unhappy or uncomfortable based on the fact that they don't necessarily concur with your way of thinking,
then you become the person you don't like.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it's a terrible, terrible situation for, especially for young kids in school. Because they're the ones that are going to, they should wait and do all that gender talk about all the alterations and all that stuff until at least junior year in high school.
Yeah, at least 16.
When they get involved in it in kindergarten or second grade, that's a really, really I think it's child abuse. That's my opinion.
Well, yeah, you're talking to people that don't have any comprehension of what you're actually talking about and trying to explain things, and you're changing the way they view the world, and that's not appropriate.
I want to mention, when I mention children, I got to mention my own children. My youngest son is turns 13 years old today.
A teenager.
He's a teenager now.
Yep.
I can't believe it. Just a little while ago, he's a little baby.
Yep.
Now he's a big boy. He's a big kid. He's a big 13-year-old kid. And this on the first day of spring. Happy birthday to my son, Will, and happy spring to the rest of us. I want to make sure that we promote, if you don't mind, our upcoming podcast, 15 Minutes of Shame.
Really? We have one?
Yeah, well, we missed one last week because we were busy.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
That's what it was. But I want to mention that we have a fine episode of that, which will be dropping a day after this podcast. Right, Ben?
Yes, sir.
And we also are on YouTube with this podcast. And how do they find us?
YouTube.com.
Wait, hold on. How do you spell that?
YOUTUBE.com.
And then you put in
Planet Mikey.
Ben, he's so good
Just
at his
like
job.
that.
Unbelievable.
They can always leave a comment at speakpipe.com/Planet Mikey Podcast. It's free.
They can do that too.
Yep.
And the more the merrier in that situation.
Yeah.
So stand by for Castiglioki, which is a traditional ending for this particular podcast.
Are we doing are we going into the classic archives of karaoke? I mean,
well, yes.
Why?
Did you make a selection?
I did.
Okay.
Why are we dipping into the archives?
Well, because what I inadvertently did was I came in with a song that I was going to do or have them do.
So this is sort of like one of the best ofs?
Yeah, right. And then I realized that we'd already done the song.
What was the song?
They recorded this song a long time ago. It was Life During Wartime.
Oh.
Yeah.
By the Talking Heads.
The Talking Heads, yeah.
Or the T-Heads, as we like to call them in the T-Head Club.
We should tune in while the song is just about to begin.
Let's go. Joe, Jerry, get in here. Whatever you say, Mike. I love the Talking Heads, Joe. Heard of a van that's loaded with weapons, packed up and ready to go. I heard of some grave sites out by the highway, a place where nobody knows. The sound of gunfire off in the distance. I'm getting used to it now. Lived in a brownstone, lived in a ghetto. I've lived all over this town. This ain't no party, Joe. This ain't no disco. This ain't no fooling around. At Shaw's! No time for dancing or lovey-dovey. I ain't got time for that now. Transmit the message to the receiver. Hope for an answer someday. I've got 3 passports, a couple of visas. You don't even know my real name. It's Joe. High on a hillside. The trucks are loading. Everything's ready to roll. I sleep in the daytime. I work in the nighttime. I might not ever get home, Joe. This ain't no party. This ain't no disco. This ain't no fooling around. This ain't no mud club or CBGB. I ain't got time for that now. Did you ever see David Byrne live in concert, Joe? He's got those big shoulder pad suits. He's kind of a nut. He's a kook, Joe. Heard about Houston. Heard about Detroit. Heard about Pittsburgh, PA. You ought to know not to stand by the window. Somebody sees you up there. I got some groceries and Shaw some peanut butter to last a couple of days. Ain't got no speakers. Ain't got no headphones. Ain't got no records to play. Why stay in college? Why go to night school? Gonna be different this time. Can't write a letter. Can't send a postcard. I ain't got time for that now. Oh, yeah, trouble in transit. Got through the roadblock. We blended in with the crowd. We got computers. We're tapping phone lines. And Joe just farted real loud.
We dress like students. We dress like housewives, or in a suit and a tie.
You love that housewife stuff.
I changed my hairstyle so many times now, Joe. I don't know what I look like now.
Oh, yeah, you make me shiver, Troop. I feel so tender. We make a pretty good team.
Don't get exhausted. Pour out some Jell-O. I'll give you some of my whipped cream.
Anything for a rhyme, Troop, huh? Anything for a rhyme.
Fuck off, Joe.